Well, here we are in the Ford Mondeo Mark 1 that we've acquired not so long ago, and I did notice while driving it that the light for the battery while I'm driving is just kind of flashing, you know. And sometimes as well the car doesn't start at all, just like if it's dead. So could be a problem with the battery, could be a problem with the alternator. So we're just gonna open the bonnet and have a look. I've now the bonnet open, and because the alternator is way at the bottom, I'm just gonna check the battery first. Okay, looking at it, it seems all fine, but let's just check anyway, huh? So we can check if it's well charged, etc. And here we go. First problem, it's loose. So obviously this cannot be loose, and the other one is okay. But this obviously that's not on at all. And when I check a bit further, I can see it's at its fullest. So obviously the best would be actually to replace that, because obviously if there's not a good contact, or the battery won't charge properly, or the car won't start, and obviously this will send a signal to the dashboard. So let's change therefore those two terminals, and let's see what happens. So I now have here battery terminals, and so we're gonna swap them for this. So I can see there's a bit of a weird connection here, so we'll have to find a way to make sure it gets all fitted here. Just be careful, because one doesn't go on either side. If you can see on each terminal, here there's a plus, here there's a minus, because usually the plus is bigger than the negative. Okay, so we'll have to respect that, so just be careful when you fit it. So let's open this, let's change it, and see how it goes. Let's now remove the battery. Okay, so the minus first. This one is completely loose, so we'll remove it. Both sides is number 10. So I've got a spanner here. Alors, usually también the battery is held in place. There's a kind of support that in case of accident the battery won't go away. So this is missing on a car, don't know why, but usually as well it's number 10, and you remove it. You will have to remove that on top. Okay, so now it's all loose. Let's remove the battery. Okay, now that the battery is removed, we need to make sure this can fit there, because as you can see the fitting is very distinct. It's very different. So I know if I place this one here and I cut it there, I will fit this one here without any problem. The problem will be with the other cables. So I just need to make sure I can pull them out, I can give them a bit more length. If not, I will change that, and then after I won't be able to put back the battery. So it's very, very important, especially today, Sunday. Bad. Same thing with the positive. This one will go that way, so that's cool. And this one, well, I can see I've got some length. The cable is a bit stiff, which I don't like this much as well. You see, the thing is, I don't like much working on those cars because it's all so compact, that I prefer, to be honest, to work on Mercedes or Range Rover, where there's more space. You can see more what's happening. Those cars you have to dig in a little bit. But anyway, let's work on this terminal first, and once it's done, as you can see, this one has some length. We'll be able to place it under, so that's nice. So always make sure that you got enough length before to change anything. If not, after, you got a problem. Okay, you'll need another car to go to the shop. Okay, so this terminal, we're gonna open it, and we're gonna disconnect all the cables to start with, so we know what we're dealing with. So we loosen that. Okay, we make sure you don't lose anything. Okay, so you can see it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 cables. Okay, put that back on it. Okay, so this we can eventually leave it like that. This one, if we place it under this as well. Okay, so all together like that. And if we open this, you see I've got a knife. I can use as well. Try not to remove the length, okay, because you never know where it's gonna go. Okay, so we're gonna cut this. We're gonna cut it here too, you know, at that junction, and see how we're gonna be doing. Okay, I've now removed the plastic that was over, and I thought before I would be able just to cut it here and just connect this directly. Unfortunately, it's a bit too big with that part around, so I will have to remove the entire part, and I will leave the cable pretty just bare. I usually, if I can keep it better, because this kind of wire, when you start touching it, you know, it gets loose, it gets a bit everywhere, and then after you have to cut a bit more. But anyway, let's do it. Let's remove all that. So to remove that, well, that's not gonna be easy, because you can see it's quite thick, but with some pliers, maybe a screwdriver inside, to try opening it, loosen it, and we'll remove it eventually. Okay, let's do that now. Okay, I haven't been able to open that part, so I'm now using the saw, okay, to cut this, and when I'll be finished, I'll be able to remove that part and then free the cable. But as you can see here, there's some small cables that, you know, that are moving a bit, so that's why I don't like much doing that, but I got no choice, unfortunately. As you can see, I've been able to cut this and free a bit of the cable. Now I need to do the same on the other side, and the cable should be free. Okay, as you can see it, I've now removed the parts, and the cable is not too bad. Okay, a few bit loose, but it doesn't matter. That's enough cable to work with. So now we're gonna fit that on top of it. So try to leave it open as much as you can, so that we can get maximum space. We fit this one first because that cable is kind of, you know, it's not protected. Okay, and now we're gonna put those ones on top of it to make sure it all makes contact. Okay, and finally, you see, that's what. Let's try again. Okay, this one too. Okay, see, the length is very important. Okay, we're not too bad. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna close it like that for the time being. We close it a bit, and after we adjust it. Okay, now you see it's holding a bit better. We adjust it and we tighten it. We make sure it's all connected properly. So this one's still loose. Okay, this has to be absolutely tight. Okay, so now it's not moving. We just make sure it's all connected. Okay, we're good. Okay, one last tight. Okay, okay. Now, just to make sure we got enough space before to continue on the positive, we're just gonna place back the battery quickly and make sure we got enough length. If not, we need to continue on this one. So here's the battery. Here we go. And now, okay, it fits. And as you can see, it's much tighter, and it's not even, we haven't even tightened it here. so we know it's quite a good job. Okay, so now let's remove that, let's remove the battery, and let's go on the positive. For the positive, we're gonna do exactly like we did for the negative. We open it, we open everything, this we lose it, and we're gonna put this one instead. Okay, same thing. As you can see, I've finished mounting this one. So the main cable, I've put it in the middle, and because the cable go on the side, I fitted it on the screw, which is better than twisting the cables. Now I'm just gonna fit the battery, and let's see how it goes. Here we go, I've now fitted the battery. The cables are going well, I'm quite happy with that. There's a good connection. There's a good connection, it's not even tightened, so I'm just gonna tighten it now, and it should be just fine. Very often when a car doesn't start, you would surprise, but very often it's because there's a loose terminal. Okay, so always check this like we did now. If you have to change it, change it. Sometimes if the cable is not long enough, you can buy a new one, a longer one, and you just change it, and that's it. You don't waste your time. Okay, so here we go, the battery is now fitted. Let's now just check if the car starts well, and see how it goes. Okay, we are now back on the car, let's see how it goes. Okay, but the light doesn't go on anymore, so that's quite nice. So now the job is done. Okay, that was the problem. Very simple job. So if one day you got this, you know where to look for. Okay, so anyway, let's see each other in another video. Ciao. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the video that I've shown you and you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel and give me a like. And if you feel like it, you can leave me a comment as well. Well, see you on the next video.